real. Did you hear me? Get real. Knowing who you are in this business is one of the greatest keys to your success. But a lot of people get confused because they get confused thinking knowing who you are is about something that becomes prideful, something that is arrogant, something that has airs of I'm something better than you. Are you hearing me? See, truly understanding who you are leads you back to understanding that you're nothing without God interfering in your life. When you connect Him with your life, you discover how great you really are. When you intersect God in your life, you begin to discover the truth. So I've always said, if not for God, where would I be? I wouldn't be here today. So it's understanding that you develop yourself and you develop your relationships with people and understanding that you get to choose. Did you hear me? One of the things, and I don't know that I appreciate that God gave us this, because it would be so much easier if He would just tell us what to do and we had to do it. Are you getting me? It's hard to do what you're supposed to do all the time, isn't it? But He gave us a free will. And in life, in success, in Trevo, every one of you in this room, you have a free will. You will choose to be successful or choose not to be successful. It is just that simple. So I always tell people when they are not successful and they whine and complain, or they're not at the level they want to be at, I always refer them to begin to take inventory of themselves. Not to criticize yourself, but to uncover what is it within me that is holding me back. Because no one can hold you back except yourself. Because I've always said in this business, if I'm the owner of my business, I can always find more people. But there's only one of me. There's only one Shagun. There's only one Femi, one Innocent, one Kunle, one Mustafa, one Jason, one Francis, one Wally. Just one. So they have to develop themselves to the highest level so they become attractive to people. See, when you develop yourself and you begin to realize the truth of who you are, but you have the right spirit in which you live it, you will begin to draw people, the right people, into your life. So you have to start talking positively. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say it. But find something good to say if you want to go higher. Some people say if I just keep my mouth shut, then I'm good. Well, you're better saying negative, but you won't go high. So you have to begin to speak out to your future and where you're going. You have to build yourself up because there's going to be times in your life you're the only one doing it. Are you hearing me?
So.
See, if no one's telling you you're great, no one's telling you that you're a masterpiece, if no one's telling you that you have gifts, talents, abilities, that's not a problem. Just stand in the mirror and look at yourself and say, self, I'm a masterpiece.
Sure.
I'm a leader in the making. God created me. I'm unique. I'm valuable. There's only one of me. I'm a masterpiece. I can do all things. I'm going higher and I'm going higher. Are you getting it today? So here's the thing is, we have to determine what we're going to attract into our life. What we're going to say about ourselves. Because every day is a new day in your Trevo business. You can't afford to slow down. You can't afford to stop. You have to encourage yourself. You have to continue to develop and build yourself, your team members, and your business. There was a declaration that I read today. I usually do this when I come because I want you to get what I'm talking about. I talk to myself all the time. Even when I'm out in public, sometimes you might see my lips moving because I'm talking to myself. This is one I used today. It says that I am special and extraordinary. I am not average. I have been created, made, and I am one of a kind. Of all the things God created, what he is most proud of is me. I am his masterpiece, his most prized possession. I will keep my head held high, knowing I am a child of the Most High God. I am made in his image, and success comes my way today. Are you getting this? When you're in your darkest day, when you're in your most discouraged time, encourage yourself. Remind yourself. Fill yourself up so you have something to give to others. And I've always said the higher you go, yes, the cooler it gets. But the higher you go, the more humble you should become.
Sure.
If I got within a few feet of you today when I was coming in, I probably shook your hand and said thank you for coming. Because I'm so grateful for the life that we have at Trevo and the things that we get to enjoy through this great opportunity. You know, Trevo is an amazing, it's amazing. We have a phenomenal product. We have out of this world leadership. You look at what we have, it's amazing. It's a blessing. We have a compensation plan that is unlimited. You can write your own check. There's no limits of what you can create. But your business is tied to you, who you become and who your people become. So how high you will go in Trevo will be dependent upon you developing yourself and also developing others. See, this isn't a journey that you take alone. Innocent showed you. It requires, I love the term community. It requires a community. There was a book written that said it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a community of people that become one in their pursuit and purpose. See, we all have different dreams, but we're going to get there the same way through the Trevo opportunity. Your dream is not my dream. My dream is not your dream. But we can come together as a community and we can achieve our dreams together. Does that make sense to you? See, in life, if you have a job, you're usually working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and they're going to pay you the same no matter what you do. You can stand on your head, you can do whatever you want to do, and they're going to still give you the same amount. Are you with me? But in this business, because of the power of leverage and duplication, you can multiply your life through other people and duplicate yourself and create great success. So I want to talk a minute about a couple of things. 3 things that you've got to do. You've got to start now because we're getting ready for 2016. It's hard to believe we're halfway through November practically, and Christmas is coming, the holiday season, and no one thinks of anything but just enjoying life. Is that right?
Yes.
We got to push on. In order to go higher in this business, to become attractive, you've got to increase your capacity. You've got to have a higher capacity. There's people in this room, you desire more, but you don't have the capacity to receive it. There's no room. You're here. You're full where you're living right now. Where's the more going to go? There's nowhere for it to go. You have to increase your capacity to be able to handle it. That's why people who win what they call a lottery, most of the times they're broke within 5 years because they have no capacity to handle the great wealth that they win. They waste all the money and it's all gone. But see, in this business, we're raising up professional network marketers, and they're growing to become great men and women of entrepreneurship around the world, millionaires, but it doesn't happen overnight. They are growing in to the capacity to go receive more and get more. So you've got to increase your capacity by learning new ways of thinking. You can't learn new ways of thinking unless investing in yourself. The things that you read, the things that you watch, the people that you're around, they raise your capacity. I like to be around very successful people because they challenge me. I have a friend that's a billionaire in US dollars. I love to listen to him because it inspires me. He's on the Forbes 500 list. Now that's one of my goals in my life. So I have to continue to increase my capacity so I'm ready to get there. Are you hearing me? You don't have a CEO that is satisfied. I get up every day hungry for more success. I can hardly sleep at night thinking about it, where we're going. And that's the power of what will take you to a new level. So you've got to increase your capacity. Number two, you have to increase your actions. The actions that you've done to get you where you are today will not get you to where you want to go tomorrow. But the thing is, as you mature and you grow, you learn to work smarter. Not necessarily harder. You learn to work smarter and use strategies that help you get more out of what you do. Are you getting that? And then as a leader in this business, you have to constantly be increasing your vision. Some of you have the same vision you had 10 years ago. You've got to constantly be seeing further and higher and be feeding that into your team members, inspiring them and looking for people that grab it and run with it. I think if any of you would take inventory of your organizations, the people who have really led your teams are people who, when they saw it, they grabbed it and they ran. They didn't need you. They leaned on you for mentoring and for direction, but they didn't need you to inspire them. Yeah. Are you getting me? Yeah. People waste too much time trying to motivate people, trying to get someone to go, because the great thing about network marketing is we get to help a lot of people, but sometimes we get confused. We can only help people who want help. If you don't want help, we can't help you. If you can't see higher than where you are today, you're in the wrong place. Because when you link up with Trevo, you link up with me. And I'm going to stay on your neck, I learned that term here, until you get to where you want to go. Now, part of going higher, getting more capacity, actions, it's that as you're doing that part of the work, you've also got to be releasing things that are weighting you down. Are you hearing me? You've got to cut ties on things that are wasting your time. Let me tell you one of the things that wastes more people's time. It's this screen that you look into. It's called the television. People waste hours every day mindlessly just looking into a screen, watching who knows what. Nothing that's going to help them improve their life, I can guarantee you that. You got to cut those things. If you would just cut your TV time in half and begin building a Trevo business with that time, you'll become a millionaire in 12 months. It's about cutting relationships that are weighing you down. I tell you this every time I talk to you. I have family members that are close. I'm not talking about a distant relative. I'm talking about family members, close, intimate family members, that I have had to set aside in my life because I will not allow anyone to keep me from living the life God created me to live. No one. I'm no different than you. Don't allow anyone to determine where you go in life. You have to cut those ties so that you're free to think freely, to dream big, because those people weigh you down and they hold you down. I believe as you begin on this journey and you're building your business, you're going to begin to have financial success. Let me give you some advice. Your first priority when you begin to increase is to get out of debt. You want to talk about a fun life? You want to talk about a life that you can enjoy? It's one when you don't owe anyone money. When I lay my head on the pillow at night, Holly lays down next to me, we can sleep well because we don't owe anyone anything. Are you hearing me? Don't be caught up in the shine until you can afford them. Because to me, when you're in business and you become debt-free, life is funner. You get to enjoy what you do more because you're not thinking about money. You're thinking about enjoying. So it's more fun to build a business when you don't owe anyone any money. Are you hearing me?
Sure.
I'm giving you practical advice. If you'll apply it, it will send your life to another level. Because you become more motivated when you're making money that you're not having to give to someone else to pay off a bill. You get to enjoy it. Now the material things, all of my friends around the program, they know I like material things. It's probably obvious to you. I believe in material things. I drive a G-Wagon Mercedes. That's what I drive. I wear the best suits that you can buy. I don't apologize for it. Oh, I'm proud of it. I've worked hard for it. But let me tell you the difference between me and a lot of other people. I have friends, they drive the same kind of car and they wear the same kind of clothes. They're trying to figure out how they can pay for them. See, don't let material things own you. You own them. You getting it? So that's the power of how your business will progress